Hey guys, Kamikuno, and today I'm doing a review for Green Arrow, issue 0. So let's see what's going on with this issue, and let's talk about the cover. But before I start talking about the cover, I just want to say this is an issue I got at whim, the only reason I really got this issue, because I knew that Judd Winnick was writing this, even though Judd Winnick is not on the cover, but I think he was a guest writer for this issue. Yes, he was, actually, and Nocenti, who's the real writer for this series, usual writer for this series, was on the cover, even though John Winnick did do the series, this issue. So, that's one of the reasons I picked up this issue, is because Judd Winnick was writing it, and I am a big Judd Winnick fan for Green Arrow. I really liked the series when he did Green Arrow, so it was actually one of my favorite comic book series. So I definitely want to pick this up just to see, maybe I would like Green Arrow now with this issue 0. I read Green Arrow the first 2 issues, and then dropped it because I didn't love it, and because Green Arrow is one of my favorite, superheroes. So I just felt like it just wasn't a great series for him, and just changed his character so much, and just wasn't great at storytelling. So I was like, you know what? Whatever, I dropped the series. So now I'm like, let me give it a chance. Judd Winnick is writing it. Maybe I'll like the series. Give it a couple of issues. It's been 12 issues, so maybe the series has changed a little. So let's see if I did like it. Let's talk about the cover first. I'm not loving Green Arrow's hair. I don't like the style they kind of did for this cover. I don't know why, and they do it a lot, kind of that sketchy style, and for not even the hair of the character, but just everything is just that kind of sketchy style. But yeah, so I didn't love the cover art, but I kind of like that this whole popping out thing with the first issue cover. Usually they do the first issue cover, or they do something else in the background. But yeah, I like that they're doing this popping out thing, and trying to, usually, like I said, it's for the first cover in the background. This, it doesn't seem like it's the first cover of the series, but I like that it's kind of like, oh, this is issue 0, starting this before New 52 story. So I really like the cover. I like that they've been doing that for every issue 0. But let's talk about the story, see if I like that. So in this issue, we find out how Green Arrow kind of went on the island, see how he changed as a person. When he was 19, he was kind of immature, partying all the time, and he didn't love his father and like what he's been doing, and we get to see just kind of his attitude and try to see more of who he was before he was Green Arrow and how he kind of changed. We also see Roy Harper. We meet up with him and see, he is very good at hacking at things, and that is why Green Arrow says, hey, join the team. And that is why we get to see Roy Harper in Queen Industries. Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened in this issue, and that's pretty much what happened in this issue. Yeah, I thought it was not that great. It was okay. I think this is better than the first issue I read and the second issue I read. Just still not feeling the series. So, the art is very sketchy. It's not great. I'm not loving the art, which I think is an important thing for Green Arrow, especially those like the arrow and the shots for the arrows, and like just see how, I think if they focus on that. I know they did that with the last Green Arrow series. They usually focus on the arrow and like how it hit, or make that art awesome, and just make kind of just like the attack of the arrow awesome. Then the art could be awesome. I feel like that could be awesome for the series, but they don't really do that, and that's why I really like the art for the last series. But with this, it's just very sketchy. They don't concentrate on the attack that much. It's just kind of, oh, arrow just flew, and it's like kind of that one line thing. Like, they don't really concentrate on the arrow when it is Green Arrow, and that's one of the most important things to concentrate for the series. But yeah, I mean, this is another example of like the art is very sketchy, and again, the stories just didn't really wasn't really that great, so I just wasn't really impressed with the story. It's not something I'd be like, I need to jump onto this, and that's what the issue zeros should be about. It's just jumping onto a series, saying this series is something I want to try out, and that's what I think these origin stories should do, but they don't, and with this issue at least they didn't. And yeah, so I didn't really love this issue, and this is not an issue I would say, hey, I need to pick this up, and I was kind of disappointed. I mean, there's some good stuff in here, like, again, like the story of seeing Green Arrow before he became Green Arrow was kind of cool, and just seeing him in a different universe. And I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't like this Green Arrow, just because I think he could have had a lot of potential, because I think Green Arrow is a very interesting character. And I like kind of the clean shaven Green Arrow, so I kind of like his new style, and I think it makes him more modern, and I really like that. And I wanted to like this series, but I just don't. But hopefully, maybe would love to say reboot this series, but I don't know. Maybe the only way to really make this series better is to cancel it and then maybe wait a couple of years to bring Green Arrow back, because I just haven't been loving it. It seems like everything they do is still not a great series. I don't know how they can really change it, but I hope they do. That way I can pick it up, because he really is one of my favorite characters, but I still am not loving this series. But I give it a 2.5, and I say don't pick this issue up. And with Green Arrow, again, I've been trying to really like it. Again, I gave it another chance with issue 0. Just hasn't impressed me. But this is Comic Uno. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rand Situations. I'll need to have news about my videos and just see what's coming up. And hope you guys enjoyed this review. I say don't pick it up, and I give it 2.5. See you guys.